BD5 Pilot with you out at the Hillsboro hangar, and yes, it has been a little over 3 months since I talked with you, and no, I haven't gotten anything done on the plane, and I'm about to take you on a little tour and show you why. So you recall some of my last videos were going over the electrical system, getting the avionics and the vertical power box mounted in the aircraft, and then when it comes to engine compartment, working on getting these electrical components, I've got another box from Vertical Power that takes care of me having a solenoid for the starter and the electrical system itself. I've got the grounds in. I've got my ignition system installed, so the electronic ignition is all taken care of. I'm ready to install the engine, but while my engine will fit in there, I'm not going to put my engine in yet. So you recall quite a few videos ago, I pulled that starter ring off of the engine. Now that ends up being the output part of the engine that connects to the drive shaft, and I sent that off to have it worked on. Now that's come February. That's going to be a year that's been sitting out with only one rendering to show me what it might look like when it was done, but it obviously hasn't gotten done to my knowledge yet, and I haven't had good communication with the gentleman working on it, so I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's been busy with other projects, but at this stage, I'm going to change my plan because of what ZDZ is using now on their engine. I was going to install this 40 amp alternator that's popular in the experimental market. It's lightweight, it's only about 4 pounds, but I was going to have to work up a mounting system and a drive system, which is why I needed to modify the part on the engine to accommodate that belt. And ZDZ now has come out with a new engine plan that does have a generator that will work on it, that will cover the electrical needs that I need. But it mounts right onto the other end of the engine down here on the what ends up being the front on my engine would be the rear on a normal application. But you'll see from the picture I'm superimposing onto here what the new alternator or generator setup is going to look like. Small, it'll fit inside of that bolt pattern, but that takes care of the electrical system charging and also gives me the ability to not deal with the belt or complexity of a mounting system to make that generator that I had work. So how am I going to do that? ZDZ has been good enough to offer to trade the engine for the new version that has the generator because the case, the bolts are different on the case. This engine has only been run in the ZDZ factory to test it, though those videos were posted to show the engine running. But we'll be swapping this for the one with the generator, so I have an electrical system built into the engine itself. Up here on that shelf is this nice little styrofoam protected bit of aluminum that's going to be a new rudder for my aircraft that I ordered from BD Micro. I just figured that my present rudder has too much going on it. The one big factor is this area of damage, and I want to have this polished anyway, and there is some corrosion on there as well. So I'm planning on making a new rudder, and I've ordered the fiberglass, which BD Micro is going to be getting to me now since they finally have someone to make those parts. So that's going to have fiberglass rather than the balsa on the top of it. But the reason I've held off on making that part is because I want to pull the whole vertical stabilizer off to do that so I can weight that properly, get the weight and balance on that moving surface so it doesn't flutter in flight. And I was holding off on doing that because the whole front of this I had going on 2 years ago at the end of January, bought and paid for a radome antenna, one of the BD5 antennas that fit into the vertical stabilizer. I love that idea, and I hope it gets found, and that will potentially eventually be what I install here if it ever does get found. But I've got to keep moving. So what I'm going to probably do is opt for the solution that like LD Jeffries has, and a lot of the guys from that built the BD5 microplanes. And we're going to mount the antenna underneath here. It's going to be one of the bent whips. And Skeeter says he can make me up one of their bent whips that will bolt into there, and that'll take care of that problem. So I will have an antenna. Won't be as aerodynamically slick as that one built into the vertical stabilizer, but it will work. And according to them, it works a lot better than that radome antenna. The radome antenna had some problems with transmission and reception because of the way it was mounted. So there you have it, a multitude of reasons as to why I haven't been out here working on the plane, because I've been waiting on something to properly do. And I do want to get that engine mounted so I can get the weight and balance correct, so I determine where to put the backup battery. I've got one of those little 3 amp backup batteries that'll run the system if I do have a full electrical failure. And it's light enough that it could act as a counterweight if I have to mount it in the nose, if it turns out I need that. Otherwise, it gets mounted back with the rest of the avionics. So I keep the plane as light as possible. Last weight was 340 pounds with the alternator I was thinking of using. Probably be less than 340 with the built-in solution. And we'll just have to wait and see. If I get the other engine, I'll get that installed, and we'll take another weight and see what we end up with. I still think I'm going to end up with a 350 or less pound aircraft when I'm completed. So for now, BD5 is out. When I get some stuff, I'll start working on it again. Till then, everyone, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and let's hope that 2021 is a much better year than 2020 has been. Out now.